Okay,
Wait,
hello.
let people join in a little bit. Just maybe
I
tell them
can
who you
just
are again.
introduce Tiny and myself. Hello, I am Jason, and this is Tiny, the star of the video. What's up, guys? I don't like the camera. I don't have a lot to say about her yet until you join, until everybody comes in. So we're just gonna have to muscle through and wait. But I think we've waited long enough. Tiny, you have like a scratch on your nose. What's that? Anyways, let's hop into this. So, welcome to Kungfu Kangaroos again, and, hope you enjoyed my last video about the Star Blitz. He's right back here. He's fat, so, if you can see him, hopefully you can. I don't want to actually mess up my seating, but, so, Tiny just growled at me. I don't think she's enjoying being held. She doesn't like being held, but the first story I will tell you about is the story of Cool Cat. Her original name was Cool Cat. These people at a farm that we're friends with, they had this litter of like 11 kittens. No, like 12. Yeah, 12 kittens in one litter, and Cool Cat was one of them. I was planning on getting a gray cat, and I wanted to name Smokey, but turns out he had some sort of like butt infection where his butt began to bulge. So we chose Cool Cat because she was like the second option. And Cool Cat, when we brought her back home, when we brought Cool Cat back home, I was the one that decided on Tiny. Let me get that clear. And one, because she's small as heck, and sorry, and also she is like, yeah, she's just so tiny. That's all I have to say. That's why we named her that. And we also call her Tiny Dancer because Tiny, and her theme song is "Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer." That's what her theme song is. And I'm gonna talk about some of the stories about her, and that was the first one. And the second story is our cat is drunk. No, seriously, she was drunk one time. So the story begins. She's going to the vet to. Never mind. And when she came back, she was like basically in her brain what we would imagine is her floating on a cloud, and her eyes were just wandering everywhere in the back of her head. And she's just like, "Hello world, there's the silence we're singing. Come on, get happy." That's what I was picturing with her. And but when we got home, it was really cold. We were eating supper. We let Blitz out, and she just ran. She wasn't allowed to be out yet because she was still super young, and it was in the winter. So she ran out, went under our porch. Just kidding, we got her out because she's right here. And yeah, you can be free if you're that mad, okay? We got her out from under the porch, but she was basically like, "No scary monsters, get back," because the drugs were still taking effect. And, yeah, she was just mad at us for most of the day. And the next story is, about how she would suck on her fingers, suckling on her fingers. It's because, she was still, like, we took her at a very young age. She was, like, 2 weeks old. No, 4 weeks old when we got her. And that's a young age, so she's still suckling. And we took her back because they just had so many kittens. They needed to get rid of some. So we took her back. We had to bottle feed her, and we gave her formula. What'd she do? If we ever had her fingers up in her mouth, she'd go, like, suckle on them. Never stop. Drool would go down your hand. And yeah, it was also adorable. I loved it. I don't know if everybody else did. I'm assuming they did, but I loved it definitely. But she doesn't really do it anymore that much. And the next story is how she was kind of a stalker to Blitzer. Blitzer, Blitzer, he's behind the back. Blitzer. Blitzy, right there. And she'd stalk him because as soon as he came through the door, she'd just be like, "Oh, Bitsy," and chase him down just to play with him. And he did not like that. He ran for the hills. But now, when he's actually warmed up to her, now she only stalks him to him. So now they're not friends again. And last story is how she would chirp at things. This also started at a pretty young age. She also suckled on her fingers, like, as soon as we got her. And at a young age, the first time we saw it was she'd chirp at things, like, and, how, at the first time, Mom had her phone, and she was wiggling around because she saw Tiny was chirping at the light reflecting off of it, and she'd just be chirping at the phone, and at one point she got like so mad at it, she just jumped and like hit the wall, and and then afterwards she just batted at it, and that was really funny. Those are all the stories about her, and now I was trying to get Tiny for you second time, but now she is basically our little rascal. And that's the end of my story time. Thank you for watching. If you want to like and subscribe, you can. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And also hit the bell if you want. And here is my big brother Justice. Have